Welcome to today's shop activity. Today we're going to demonstrate how to create a raised PaKua Circle. As you can see, the process has already started. First thing to do is to locate the center, which I have identified with this bolt planted firmly within the ground. Now I've determined that from the center point to the outside edge of the initial circle should be 47.5 inches. From there you measure to the center of the block. One has to identify a level in which to start at, an elevation. That was achieved by planting the block close to the center position of the circle right there. It's imperative that this center block be level in all directions. The next step is then to make sure all the perimeter blocks are level with the center block in the center of my circle. That is done using a much longer level. Simply place the level on the block in the center and run it out to the block that you're working on, and then check the level inside of the level bubble. As you can see, that one is nicely leveled there. That block is level from left to the right as well as from the front to the rear. After the measurement, this leveling process takes place between each of the blocks to the center blocks all the way around the entire perimeter of your PaKua Circle. You can compare one block to another by going from any block in the circle to another block in the circle and then checking the level position inside of the leveling bubble. As you can see, once again, we're in pretty good shape. As you can see, the filling of the PaKua Circle is going to be an arduous process. The next course that goes on top of the first course is going to sit slightly inside of the first course. The circumference of that second course's circle will be slightly smaller. Therefore, it is foolish to assume that the exact same number of blocks will sufficiently cover the same amount of circumference area. Place the block in position. Check the measurement at 6 inches, which we have basically arrived at. And you can see the second course has now begun. Thank you for sticking with me so far in this episode of today's shop activity.
It's best to wear plenty of protective equipment when you do this sort of operation.
We've got a good situation to split the block in half. It's simple to give it a little tap, and the block will split into two parts. Now with our half block in position here, all we need to do now is just simply fit in a block into this gap area right here. However, if you notice, the block is too large. Therefore, this block needs to be cut. So yeah, we could even lengthen that to 9 5/8 inches to the 9 5/8 inch mark and make a cut back across the block there. Once you have completed the circle and completely filled up the area within the circle, it is time to begin the process of laying pavers upon the rendered dirt. Available at a variety of supermarkets and other home development stores are the foam paver bases. The pavers have been purchased, so all there is left to do is to prepare the ground, establish the underlayment, and go ahead and lay the pavers down upon the underlayment. And then you will have a wonderful PaKua Circle for years of PaKua doing right there in your very own backyard. Once the paver base is actually in position, the time comes closer to begin laying down each individual block. In this case, we're going to start with the edge pieces to make sure that they are in proper position to follow along the perimeter of my circle. I have several of the pieces cut, and I need to fit in a piece right here. This is a perfect piece, but the angle on that doesn't quite match. I'm using the eyeball guess method, which means you look at it, the eyeball, and you guess a little bit. And you draw a line right there and then you simply cut that off. Now when you make these sort of cuts, it's best to have a really good saw that works well. This saw I rented at Home Depot. It doesn't work very well. The pump doesn't shut off when you shut the switch off. Therefore, you have to keep plugging it in and out again and again. The other thing is, there's no cork in the water tray, so therefore it fills up with water, and then the only way to dump it out is I have to roll it clear over there out of the way, because I don't want to dump the water right where I'm working. So I've not been real happy with this particular saw, but I'm going to use it anyway. Should have plugged it in first. There it is. See, the water's running. Okay, once you've made the cut, you can see that the angle is not too bad. Therefore, I need to cut off the nose of this piece. Now I'll test fit that piece to make sure that it fits properly, as which I'm sure it will, because I have a whole lot of experience at this. I've cut maybe 8 or 9 of these blocks. Yes, sir, it fits. It fits in right here, giving it a nice clean line around that corner. The PaKua Circle is complete. The center line is facing in the true north direction. The PaKua Circle provides a nice ambiance for the total yard experience.